welcome to my cruise log. Yesterday was our second sea day, day 3. I'll give you a little bit of the sunrise sunset times. Sunrise was at 5:59 and sunset was 7:57 in the evening, and we had to put our clocks forward, and I think there's another time change tonight. What a really good day yesterday. It was really good. Got up very early and filmed a sunrise, and so hopefully I'll put it together as a little video, time lapse it all, and make it all nice and pretty for everybody. Where do I start? It was actually a really good day. The seas weren't as rough as expected. The captain did say that we would probably have 4 to 5, but it didn't really eventuate to that. Started off with breakfast. Me and Alan and little Brookie, we went to Cascades restaurant, and we had sit down breakfast, some eggs benedict, some smoked salmon, or all the trimmings. Very delicious, very good. So it was a really good time. And then from there we what do we do? Just trying to double check. We decided to head up to deck 11 and hang around near the Windjammer Cafe. We met Alan again, and we just stayed around there for most of the morning into lunch, because in the afternoon there was a magician show at 2 o'clock. Get to that in a moment. But before that, we had some lunch there, and we had they have the boardwalk hot dog stand there, and it's a mess. I wouldn't do it again. The dog itself was really good. The bread was just pretty crappy. I wouldn't do it again. No. So had a bit of that. Had a bit of Windjammers. It was okay. I wasn't overly hungry because I had a bit more of a bigger breakfast. And I thought, I better have a bigger breakfast. And then while we're there was a person, this Canadian couple came up, and he had a ukulele, and he started playing tunes off of his ukulele, like Over the Rainbow, Row, Row, Row Your Boat, Incy Wincy Spider, and then he sang Louis Armstrong's What a Beautiful World. I think that's what it's called, correct me if I'm wrong. And he did that, and I was really blown away. It was really really good that he did something like that. I was really blown away by that. That has stuck out so far as the trip. Oh no, that's what I was going to say. So after that, me and Kerry went down and had some coffee, and sat around for a while, just people watching. It was nice. It was nice to do that. It was really good. I think this ship is more of it has a relaxed feel back, relaxed, laid back feel to it, and you just sit back, relax, read, have a drink. And for me, it's a little bit hard to adjust to that because I like to do things as well, but I also like to have that sit down and relax time, and it was really good to have that. So from lunch, I had to say goodbye to the ukulele man. If you ever see this vlog, thank you very much for that. That was greatly appreciated. You left a mark, that's for sure. And then we went and saw the magician show. It was really good, really funny. His humour, I don't think a lot of people would have got, but certainly the older generation did understand it, and there were some jokes which I found, pretty funny. Me and Alan both said that it was very, how can I say, very in line with our taste. So it was It was good. I enjoyed it. He did some pretty good magic tricks. He said he was going to explain them, the tricks, and he never really did. He just did them, and that's it. And yeah, I thought that was a bit odd. But from there, me and Alan did the cognac tasting session. Paid $35 US. Let everybody know, if you're on board and you do it, it's $35 US. However, you do get to try 3 of the different cognacs, and hopefully if I can edit into here some pictures of it, and basically the 3 cognacs that you get, you got the 3 which had, some of them were quite expensive. One was $17, the other one was $24, and the last one was $59. So, and you got a bottle of water with it to wash your mouth in between the tastings. So it ended up, like, if you add it all up, it was like $105 worth of cognac. You had for $35, which was nice. It was really good. You know, as some of you might know, I'm a bit of a whiskey snob, and you know, I appreciate good stuff like that. And it was nice to have that. Probably my favourite one. I know people will comment on this and say it, but the most expensive one was my favourite. It was very sweet, not very sweet. It was sweet, nice, and it had a good smooth flavour to it. One which had high alcohol content, and it was like rocket fuel, and that was like the second most expensive one, and was absolutely, it was just not terrible. It was just all you tasted was the rocket fuel of the alcohol. You know, it just had that burning sensation. And the cheap one, that was okay. That was pretty good. I didn't mind that. I'll try to remember what they were. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I haven't got anything here to double check which one was it. Oh, hang on, let me just look through the cruise compass, and does it say which ones? Okay, hang on, here we go. 3 ones. Oh no, it doesn't actually mention it. Well, doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. And then we from there, and it was supposed to be an hour long, but it took a bit. It was overall good. The head waiter that was doing it, I'm not too sure if he knew what he was talking about, because he would often throw questions back to the people who were there to like get an answer, and then he'll run with that answer. You know, like he was talking about distillation, and you know, how do you get the flavours, and you know, I popped up and said, you know, like one question, he goes, how do they get the characteristics of the colours and the taste? And I said, well, you know, depending on what type of cask they put it in. And he goes, exactly, you know, they get the task from this, and that. And I'm just like, hang on, if you're telling us, if I'm a novice and don't know nothing about cognacs or nothing about distillation or how it's made, wouldn't you want to explain it to it? And this is how it's done. Not ask people, do you know how it's done? And that was one of my gripes. Probably a minor thing. Some people were just like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah. You know, they were just nodding along, and they were like, pretty much, shut up and let me have the cognac. Which is, you know, I was, after a while when he started blabbing on, just like, okay, let's just taste it and get our feedback from that taste. Then, you know, but he stuffed around for a good 15-20 minutes at the start. Like, it started at 3 o'clock, and we didn't get out until like 4:30. He stuffed around for a while, like, and to me, like, if you're doing a whiskey tasting or cognac tasting or a wine tasting, when you go there, there's like heaps of wine there, for example, alright, and there's plenty of tasting glasses for you to try things, and you know, if you don't like it, there's a spit bucket, etc, etc. He didn't have any of that there. It was like he had all you had three glasses of cognac tasters, and then you had to ask someone to go and get some more, and then he stuffed up the adding, so he had to get more again. So, there were 6 of us there, so, he had to get 18, but he got 15, so, it's just that, a little bit, if he was a little bit more organised beforehand, great. If he wasn't, okay, it just dragged on, you wanted to get on with the tasting, and you wanted to try it out, and then go on, I think a couple of the other people who were with us did actually say, let's just shut up and let us have the cognac, basically. And then when he asked us for the our thoughts on it, and I would say what it tastes like, what it smells like, and this and that, and he goes, oh, and he had like a cheat sheet, basically, and he goes, yeah, you're pretty much spot on what it says here. I thought, well, hang on, if you're presenting this, you should have a little bit of knowledge of this product, or at least try to taste it. And then he ended up saying, look, I would love to taste some of these, but I can't, And I said, that's fair enough. I accept that explanation. I mean, yes, he's on work, and he can't do that, but that's my thing. If I was running something like that, I'll want to taste it beforehand, get an idea what it's like, and then present it. Nothing better than going to an information session and someone knows what they're talking about rather than just reading off the sheet. It's not interactive and it's not involving enough. The reason why I was complaining about the time length is because directly afterwards was a whiskey tasting thing. It was a whiskey tasting event, or it was a liquor seminar at the Cool and Compass about for 3 different whiskies from McLaren 1824 collection, and me and Anna wanted to go to it, but because it took so long we couldn't go to it. But there's a but. And the but is that after we had those 3, I think we'll pretty much lick it out. Because we had so many good ones, we just thought, okay, that's enough. So we went back to our cabins, got ready for dinner, went out and had dinner. Dinner was really good. Not really good. It was above average, I'd say. It was good, but above average. I got the recommendations our lead waiter did, which was, that wasn't a scallop, it was something else. Oh Jesus, it really escaped. But I remember the main, it was Coco Divin. That's chicken braised in red wine. But from what I know of it, I think it's kind of like a stew, and this one was served as chicken pieces with polenta on the side and a couple other things. Dessert was really good. We had I had carrot and almond cake. That was really nice. And this crema latana. That wasn't too good. I didn't think it was that good. It was like an eggy custard, but it felt very granularized, and very it felt like a packet mix, and that's pretty bad. Considering their signature for Royal Caribbean, their signature dessert is the cream brulee, and they do that fantastically, and yeah. And then from there, dropped the little one off to the kids menu. The kids Adventure Club, and she stayed there for a while. And while we went and had a few cocktails at Champagne Bar, and that was really good. Then we picked her up, come back home, came back here, got thing. See, there was a time change for tonight. Because tomorrow we're in Milford Sound, and we are really looking forward to Milford Sound. So there you go. Overall with the ship, I've got to say, as the days are going by, and within our group we're discussing, we're comparing it to Voyage of the Seas that we went on 2 years ago and to now. Yes, they're different ships, different classes of ship, different people, but we're starting to noticing the differences. For instance, some of the I think I said this in yesterday's log, that the staff are not so, how can I say to you, they haven't got much personality, and I reckon that they're feeding that off of people. And yeah, there are a lot of older people in here, and they just like to sit around, and and it gets a little bit boring. You want to do something different. And the reason why I say this, because when we were doing the cognac testing, there's a person next to us, and he said, this was his first cruise, and he was saying, he was kind of expecting a little bit more activities, like some more dancing, a little bit more different shows. He wanted to be entertained, and we're like, yes, you're right, we want to be entertained as well. And we were telling him about A Voyage of the Seas, what we did there, and what we're doing here, and he was like saying, yeah, I don't mind this laid back, relaxed cruise, but also saying, I want to do something different. And I think that's what we're trying to grapple with. It's kind of like we got spoilt with Royal Caribbean's Voyage of the Seas, and we're kind of not disappointed, but it hasn't left a lasting impression to say, yeah, Radiance of the Sea is fantastic, better than Voyager. No, it's a completely different ship, and I have to take that into consideration and context, that this is a completely different ship with different people before I finally make my mind up. So far, I'm saying, yeah, I'm enjoying everything, and I'm really liking it, but also at the same time, I want to do something a bit different. And I think once we get to New Zealand and experience the different parts of New Zealand, I think that will probably add or build to the overall experience. So yeah, that's what I think of that so far. So if there's other people like within my own age bracket saying they want to be entertained and want to do something, let's say something. Right, so anyway, that's enough of me for today. Please like and comment below on my video. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can with it. Please be nice about it. This is just my opinions of it all, and some people might not agree with it. That's fine. You're entitled to it. So am I. But just be nice about it. I've been working very hard. It took me 18 months of hard work and saving to get on board here today, so I can give feedback to you guys, so help you guys make that decision when you go on cruising, what to expect and what to experience. And just finish on this note. From Voyage of the Seas, we had a mantra, basically, with our family. It was, what you make of it. So, in other words, we make what we make of it. So, we are doing the best that we can to enjoy it, and we're making what we can out of it. Yeah, there are the rude people. Yeah, there are the, some of the ratty kids, and there's some really disgusting people, but if you let that get to you, then there's something wrong. I don't let it get to me. I'll mention it and move on. That's it. But I'm here to enjoy it. I'm here to enjoy my cruise, which I work very hard for, and I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Today was absolutely fantastic. It was probably the best sea day I've ever had. I'll say that, even on Voyage of the Seas. compared to voyage of the seas. Today's was the best sea day ever. Even though the seas was rough and everything, just the overall experience of what we did was great, and I really enjoyed that. Alright then, guys. I will see you all later, and goodbye from my cabin. And stay tuned for more logs and a cabin tour video. Alright, guys. Thank you.